Hello everyone. I welcome you all to Experience Humanities. So, today we'll be discussing the Cold War era, political science class 12 first chapter. So, basically, when we talk about the first thing we need to discuss is Cuban Missile Crisis. Now, what is the region of importance over here is Cuba. This region, basically, Cuba was feared that USA would conquer the region, and USSR, what it did, it established nuclear base at this region, Cuba, which created discontent among USS. Okay, and this USA ordered the ships of USSRs to be captured, but ultimately the war did not take place, and the USSR ships slowed down, turned back, and this prevented the Third World War. So, how this Third World War was prevented? It was done by the Cold War. Now, what is the Cold War? When you talk about a Cold War is not a matter of power rivalry. It is an ideological war based on political, social, economic, and cultural life all across the world. So basically इसमें weapons का involvement नहीं होता है, लेकिन आइडियोलॉजीज डिफर करती हैं और इस बेसिस पे वॉर्स होने लगती हैं. जैसे यूएसएसआर के केस में हुआ, यूएसएसआर ने ये सोचा कि यूएसए इस रीजन को कॉन्कर कर लेगा, तो उसने अपना न्यूक्लियर मिसाइल बेस क्रिएट कर दिया था, रशियन बेस, एंड देन दिस वुड हैव लेड टू अ वॉर, बट दिस वाज प्रिवेंटेड बाय द कोल्ड वॉर. Since the memories of the First and the Second World War was fresh, so people feared that if the Third World War had been, it would have created mass devastation. Okay, so we move on to the logic of deterrence. Now, basically, both USA and USSR दोनों के पास sufficient power है. अगर ये दोनों चाहें तो एक दूसरे के प्रति रिटेलिएट कर सकते हैं, लेकिन they are not affording to go for a war. मतलब वो चाहते ही नहीं है वॉर पे जाना. So this is what is called logic of deterrence. Okay, no one can afford to initiate a war. This is what is called logic of deterrence. So this gave rise to two powers, that is USSR, that is Union Soviet Socialist Republic, and USA, that is United States of America. Okay, so USA, what it did was it formed NATO, that is an organization with Western Europe. Okay, and it extended its influence in CENTO and CETO. Basically, this is what Central Treaty Organization and Southeast Asian Treaty Organizations. So, in turn, the USSR also did the same. It signed a Warsaw Pact, okay, with the Eastern alliances or the Eastern countries of the Europe, okay, and established good relation with China, Vietnam, North Korea, and Iran. So all these things were what? They were trying to counter the USA because both were superpowers, both had to balance their power. No one can afford to be a little backward from the other. So you need to keep in mind both these, all the organizations, why they were formed. So what was the basis of NATO? Basis of NATO was if any of the country attacked any one of the countries in NATO, it would be regarded as an attack on the whole of the NATO, and whole of the NATO will retaliate. And Warsaw Pact, this was done to counter NATO. Okay, so Warsaw Pact was brought to counter NATO forces. Okay, so now ultimately the USSR had a good war with China. Okay, it fought a brief war, and it had to, there were conflicts, and the other countries, somewhere the countries that do not wanted to join any of the powers. So NAM was brought, non-alignment movement. So what is this? Basically, when you talk about NAM, non-aligned movement, it is something that prevents you or makes you at a stable position of not joining any of the superpowers, neither USA nor USSR. So we'll look into NAM in other sometimes later. So now, why smaller states wanted to join the USA and the USSR, that is the superpowers. 4 reasons can be the simple and that could be understood. The first one, resource. They wanted resource so that they can develop, prosper in their respective sphere. They wanted protection, use their weapons or nuclear base. Okay. They wanted economic support because smaller states do not have enough money. Okay. So they want to develop in their respective spheres. So this can be done only by the superpowers. बिना superpowers की इन सारी चीजों में से किसी का भी काम नहीं हो सकता. और fine, to look after the activities of the other countries and to know about their strategies. Okay, so I hope you would be clear with all the topics. So this is a very easy chapter, and we'll be looking into these small points so that the things would be clear in your mind. So with this, I sign off from the video. If you like the video, please press the like button and do subscribe the channel. And so till then, stay tuned. Thank you. We'll meet again in the next part.